Good morning, students. So today we'll be explaining about the hepatic portal system. We have studied all the types of system, excretory system, circulatory system, nervous system, which all are common to you. So today we will be discussing about the hepatic portal system. So hepatic means which is related to liver. Okay, it is related to liver. Hepatic portal system, this is the venous system that carries the blood from the gut like stomach and intestines up to the liver before carrying away it to the heart. So directly it does not, the blood which is absorbed by the small intestine after the digestion process, it cannot enter the heart directly because they contain the nutrients which are rich, blood which are rich in nutrients, they contain all the toxic substance and also it can contain excess glucose. So this has to be, glucose has to be converted into glycogen. Glucose has to be converted into glycogen, and whatever the excess nutrients which contains the toxic substance, it can be detoxified in the liver. So the liver is just meant for storage and detoxifying the toxic substance. So let's see how it works. Okay, in the hepatic portal system, you can see here liver. Okay, then small intestine, stomach and small intestine are the important parts in hepatic portal system. Okay, this is large intestine, this is small intestine. Okay, this is digestive, these are the parts of the digestive system. So here the liver is the main organ which is playing a great role in hepatic portal system. So what happens here? The blood which is present uh, after digestion from the stomach through duodenum, and when it passes to the small intestine, the bloodstream, here a small capillaries are present. Okay, the small capillaries, so I'll be drawing in red color. A small capillaries which are present in the small intestine, and also here I'll be distributing small network of capillaries, right? Then in the stomach, small capillaries of networks. Okay, so all these veins, okay, all these veins will unite here. The aorta, the vein, the artery has come from the heart, aorta, the main artery, aorta. So from this aorta the blood will enter through the aorta, then this artery, it will break into capillaries, this artery will break up into capillaries. So this capillaries, network of capillaries from the stomach, large intestine and small intestine, this will reunion here, reunited, and again it will go back to the liver and form again, it will be divided into the capillaries. Okay, break into capillaries. Then when it leaves the liver, it will be again reunited, all these capillaries, into back as the renal vein. hepatic vein. So it will, the capillaries which has broken down into the liver will be forming what we call hepatic vein. Okay. So hepatic portal system means transportation of the deoxygenated blood, which is very nutritious. Okay. But it contains certain toxic substance. If it goes back to the heart directly without the help of liver, then all the blood will contain the toxic substance and it can render harmless to the heart, and whole system will be what means any kind of infection can happen, and ultimately it can cause further uh, harm to that person. So this is the reason the liver is playing a great role. Okay. So what is hepatic portal system? Hepatic portal system, it is the venous system. It is the venous system. Venous system that transports the nutritive deoxygenated blood nutritive blood from the gut. Okay, from the gut. Gut means stomach, small intestines, large intestines. Okay, all the digestive tract. Clear? So from the gut into the liver through hepatic portal vein. Through hepatic portal vein. Now one more concept in this, it is that hepatic portal vein, it enters here, this is called hepatic portal vein because all the veins from which has reunited from the capillaries from the stomach, large intestine, small intestine, they have reunited and formed as the hepatic portal vein. Okay. Now what happens in the second step? Then hepatic portal, so up to the liver it has carried, and that is called hepatic portal system. Now during this, when the blood enters the liver through hepatic portal vein, it has again broken down into capillaries. So hepatic portal vein, it has broken down into capillaries, divided into capillaries and reunited as the hepatic vein. So while leaving the liver, the hepatic vein, it is a blood vessel that leaves the liver and hepatic portal vein, this is a blood vessel that enters the liver. Okay, and that is hepatic portal vein. So we can say also the vein that enters the liver is hepatic portal vein, and the vein that leaves the liver, that is hepatic vein. Okay, so this question was asked in the name the following. Okay, so this is very important. Now we understood what is hepatic portal system. Fine. Now what is the use of hepatic portal system? The use of hepatic portal system is that the blood which is very nutritive and gets deoxygenated during the activity purpose here in the stomach, intestine. After that, this blood, before directly going to the heart, it will carry to the liver first, and the liver detoxifies this toxic substance which are present in the nutrient rich blood, and this contains certain excess glucose. So this glucose has to be converted into glycogen, and which is stored in the liver. So hepatic portal system its use is uses is, the first one is storage. Storage means glucose will be converted into glycogen. So glycogen, it will be, excess glucose will be stored as glycogen in the liver. And second point is that certain toxic substance it contains. Okay, so it detoxifies means renders harmless, rendered harmless. So that's called detoxified. So it kills the toxic substance. So this is the use of the what we call hepatic portal system. Now let's see here the whole concept at the end. We have studied the circulatory system in the last class, fine. So now overall, let's see which are the blood vessels connecting the digestive organs up to the liver, then liver to the heart, then from heart to the heart back to the what we call digestive organs. It will come back, but as a deoxygenated, as an oxygenated oxygen. So let's see that this one blood. So you have studied what is circulatory system in the last class. Now overall, what are the blood vessels working in all the entire circulatory system? So let's see that one. So from here I have explained that one, that it has reunited and enters the liver. Okay, enters the liver. This is liver. Now it again breaks off. It breaks off into capillaries. Okay, and this will go where? That is heart. So I'll draw a small heart so that there will be space here. So just a basic diagram just to make you understand. Okay, for example, this is heart and it has to go back to lungs. It has to go back to left lungs and right lungs. So the whole circulatory system I am showing you. So this is hepatic vein, and this one hepatic portal vein that enters the liver. Now the blood which leaves the liver through hepatic vein, which is purified from all the toxic substance and from the excess glucose, it will enter through superior vena cava into the heart. Okay, now it has entered through tricuspid valve. Heart has 4 chambers, as you all know, you have studied in the last class. So here there are one valve, 2 valve. This is tricuspid valve, this is bicuspid valve. So the blood which has entered through tricuspid valve in the right atria, it goes to right ventricle, and through pulmonary artery from the right ventricle, it will go to the respective lungs for oxygenation, because the blood which has come from stomach, liver, stomach, spleen or any kind of intestines, they are deoxygenated, because all the blood which is containing oxygen which has come from the heart, that has been utilized by the stomach, intestine during the working process, and they will release almost all the content of carbon dioxide. So that is called deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood starts from here, then it continues up to the liver, then goes to the heart, then till right ventricle. Again it will go back to the lungs. So till before it reaches the lungs, that contains deoxygenated blood. Okay, so I will write here, they contain deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means it does not mean it contains 100% of carbon dioxide. It contains 70% carbon dioxide and 30% it may be oxygen content. So majority content, that is higher composition, it contains more of carbon dioxide. So that's why it is called deoxygenated blood. So this will be carried, deoxygenated blood, from the liver through hepatic vein. It carries the right atria, right ventricle, and now it will go to the lungs for oxygenation. Now here they will break down into capillaries. Now it will again reunite to enter into the left atria through pulmonary vein. So this is pulmonary vein, it's superior vena cava, and this I am directing as the pulmonary artery. Okay, but different, when we draw the structure of heart, it's completely different. Okay, it's just basic understanding. Then this is what we call aorta. So the blood which has oxygenated because of the alveoli present in the lungs. This alveoli function is to exchange the gases. They will receive the carbon, accept the carbon dioxide and exhale out of the body. And during inhaling process, oxygen comes in, right? So this inhaling, during the inhaling process, the oxygen will be absorbed by the alveoli. So that I have explained earlier during the respiratory system. So blood now gets oxygenated. So from here it is called oxygenated blood. Now here also same concept follows. Oxygenated blood, it does not mean that it will contain all the 100% of oxygen. It contains also what we call 70% oxygen and 30% carbon dioxide. But most of the blood content, that is containing more of oxygen content. So that's why we call oxygenated blood. Now this oxygenated blood which has entered to left atria, the bicuspid valve has opened up and it will enter through left ventricle. Now it will go through aorta, the main artery. So here then it will join the what we call join the organs, this artery. Okay, and this circulation will carry in. Okay, so circulate, so all this process up to here, from lungs to the up till the digestive or any kind of organs, when it reaches, that is oxygenated blood, because they need oxygen for the lifelong activities. But during the activities they utilize oxygen during the respiration through the breakdown of glucose in the presence of oxygen, which releases carbon dioxide and water. So as we have studied in the last class that in respiration, when your organs respire, cells respire. Okay, in each cell in the organs they respire. So what is the reaction that takes place? That is glucose plus oxygen, it release carbon dioxide, water and energy, right? That is 38 ATP molecules. So here this concept you must understand, then only you will know that how the blood has become deoxygenated. Okay, so from here this left process, that is deoxygenated blood, right process, that is oxygenated blood. And the heart main function is to pump the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. Now let's solve this small question. Okay. This is a highly schematic diagram of the circulatory system. Okay. Intestine, then here that will be kidney. Okay, the blood flow that comes from the blood which has purified in the heart. Before purifying the heart, from here, okay, we'll start just from intestine, for example, the what we call deoxygenated blood, right? So this has to be detoxified before entering the liver. So the which vein it is, which vein that enters the liver from the gut and small intestine. So before entering the heart, it has to detoxify. Okay. So that will be hepatic portal vein. Fine. Then that enters the, that leaves the liver. Okay. This is leaving the liver. So when it leaves the liver, that we call hepatic vein. Okay, these two concepts must be clear because today's topic is hepatic portal system. Now, this is the highly schematic circulatory system. So don't confuse that. Now, let's see. So through hepatic portal vein, the deoxygenated has blood pass through, which after leaving the liver, it goes to the heart. Okay. So now, let's what we call guess which what are the names here related to labeled parts. Okay, this is 1, number 2, this 3, then here 4, 5, then 6. Okay, now I hope you will be able to guess this one. The blood vessels, you have to name the blood vessels labeled as parts 1 to 6. Okay, 1 to 6 you label it. So number 1, the blood vessel which enters the heart, that is superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Okay, inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, that enters the heart. Okay, from there, from the upper parts of the head, it will enter to the heart through what we call superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. From below, all the legs, stomach, all the blood which comes from the down parts, all the parts which are down, that one, that is through inferior vena cava. And superior vena cava means from the head, upper parts of the body, head, face, neck and chest. Okay, this we have discussed in the circulatory system. So I hope you know this one. Okay, so this is since I have connected from the lower part, you write as inferior vena cava because I have not drawn from the upper part. So I will be drawing here only lower part. So from the lower parts of the body, The vessel which enters the heart is inferior vena cava. Then what is number 2? Name the blood vessels that enters the lungs. Okay, so that will be pulmonary artery. Then number 3, pulmonary vein. Clear? Then number 4, that leaves the heart. That leaves the heart carrying the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. That is aorta. Then can you guess number 5? That enters the liver. It is which one? That is hepatic. Okay. So liver from the heart. So that's why I am mentioning hepatic artery. Directly it has entered the liver from the heart because it is oxygenated blood and it has not entered the stomach and intestines. That's why hepatic artery we see here. In this case, hepatic portal vein. So one more concept, this portal means hepatic portal vein, one main strange behavior is that normally the characteristics of vein. What is the characteristics of vein? Characteristics of vein means when the artery, okay, artery will break down into arterioles, then venules, break down into arterioles, then arterioles will be what we call this venules and arteries. They are part of the capillaries, okay, and these venules will reunite to form the vein. So I can say the vein's main characteristics is to reunite from the capillaries. But strange behavior in the hepatic portal system, in the hepatic portal vein and hepatic vein difference is that it means the concept, strange behavior of the vein. Here the vein will break. Here the vein will what we call reunited, right? Here instead of breaking into the capillaries, the vein is reuniting here. See, the vein is reuniting and breaking into the capillaries in the liver. The main concept of vein is to reunite the capillaries. Here the capillaries are reunited and it has formed as a vein, okay, as a hepatic portal vein. But this hepatic portal vein, it breaks into capillaries and again reunite as a hepatic vein. So that's the strange behavior of the hepatic vein. It's very contrast to the characteristics of vein. Normally the vein, the capillaries is formed from the capillaries, from the union of the capillary, but in hepatic vein it has broken down into capillaries and reunited as the hepatic vein. So that is the concept of hepatic portal system. Clear? So this is the overall view of the hepatic portal system, and next class we will discuss the remaining entire thing which has left out, okay, about the circulatory system. Thank you, students.